Yeah, so not that long ago, I really didn't know very much programming. While I was at CMU. Sorry about the volume there. So while I was at CMU, I was in a band called Handface, and this is actually I was playing at the frame. I played Game Boy in this band, so you can briefly catch me on the way.
Jonathan, we can't understand you over that.
Sorry, it's a cacophony. I'll turn it down again. So yeah, I played Game Boy in this band. I was kind of, at the time, like obsessed with Nintendo and electronic music and how I can make electronic music with Nintendo. I didn't really know any programming, so I just used off-the-shelf software to run it. I was also, after I left CMU, or graduated, was in a band called Shambolish, where I also played Nintendo. This was an actual Nintendo. I wrote the software that ran the sound chip. So it's the software was a patch for mono, which is a box full of buttons. Anyways, this is me playing Nintendo. Blah 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 bee boo boo bee boo. You're right. I hope I'm not going too fast because I feel like I am. I guess this is like the development of me understanding how to build software. Me and my friend also built, this is the second version of it, and he'll claim full ownership of the build, but I definitely helped with it. A piece of software called Wii Loop Machine, where you can use Nintendo Wii controllers to basically control beats. I'll let this play out because it's kind of a neat demo video.
Do you want to make beats? I make beats. Do you want to make beats? Well then, I can help. My name's Jan. I'm also known as
the Amazing Rollo.
Some of you may remember me from last year. I made a video about a piece of software I made called the Wii Loop Machine. The Wii Loop Machine was music software for the Nintendo Wii remote. It was much more successful than I was expecting. And now I'm working on version 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. You can basically mix, compose, perform everything just by using the wireless remote and by dancing around and looking totally awesome. The Wii Loop Machine, as the name suggests, is designed to...
This is that's software that used Max MSP, which turns out to be kind of really difficult to make software in if you want to distribute it to other people. A lot of Max MSP software makers are like, well, you can't save, and that's sort of part of the artistic intent of the software, but it's just because it's really hard to use to save stuff with. Anyways, it was really difficult to make. It was enjoyable to use as an end user, though, and it continued the cycle of using Nintendo products to make music. I guess I'll say something about the theory behind that. So my thought is that a lot of people before the invention of Nintendo were had a piano in the house, and that was their entertainment, so they grew up understanding how to interact with pianos. But since my entertainment growing up was a Nintendo controller, I really knew how to use it really well, so I thought, why don't I use that as a means to create, because it's an instrument or a tool that I'm well versed in. So, and I think a lot of people are too, other than me. What's next? So, about, I want to say 2 years ago, Golan organized the conference Art and Code, and Theo from the Open Frameworks team, who's going to talk next, was here, and he was like, hey, you can do stuff on iPhone. And I was like, that is amazing. everybody knows the iPhone. Not everybody knows that the iPhone is like the same specs as the first computer I ever owned. Okay. At the time, I really wish that I could write software for that computer, and I had no idea how. But now I have that computer again, and I'm really excited to make software with it. So this is a piece of music software called Music that you sort of super briefly flash by. It's basically a remixing application. I did this with my friend Yen from the Wii Loop machine. Yeah. Okay. Also, as I started making the software, I got kind of obsessed with the act of making software as creating art. And at Art Code 2, which Goldman also already has at CMU, the Scratch team was there. Scratch is an amazing piece of educational software programming tools for kids. 14 or 15, and I was like, I need to make my own version of it. So I did for iPhone. This never got released because I was really paranoid about Apple not letting anybody have it. They have rules against being able to program on your phone. I'll jump forward a little bit in this video. It's just my face roll on. So anyways, yeah, this is a kind of like programming language that you can do little drawings on your iPhone. Yeah, there it goes. So you can do like circles and spirals and rainbows and that kind of thing like that. It's open source. It was built using open frameworks. So when I made that, like I said, I got paranoid that Apple wasn't going to let me release it, and I was like, man, I really want to give programming tools to other people on the iPhone so that they can like program while they're walking around or like while they're on the bus or whatever. It seems like programming is kind of one of the core functions of a computer, and the fact that you have a computer and can't program on it is like deeply frustrating to me. So I got kind of obsessed with circumventing Apple's rules against allowing programming languages on the iPhone, and I built this thing called WireSeek. It's not very much of a programming language. Like, it fulfills all the rules, but it's incredibly difficult to use. But anyways, you can write programs that make music. Again, I'll jump forward here. Or maybe I'll just let myself explain it.
Very complete, because you can build conditionals and you can retain information. WireSeek is based on WireWorld, a cellular automation that allows you to build digital logic circuits easily. You can build clocks, you can build NAND gates, you can build flip-flops, and many other digital logic circuits.
Whoa, I'm realizing I'm blowing past my time. I'm gonna go really fast. Anyways, this was a complete disaster because you're kind of like inside the circuitry of a CPU, and I mean, you can use it and it's on the iPhone and available in the store, but it's really difficult to make music with. So I was like, what if I go back to that sort of Mario thing? What if I made Mario where he could modify his environment and his environment was a sequencer? So let me show you that real quick. This is Mario, and you can see the Goomba there. Am I yelling loud enough? So the Goomba there kind of triggers sounds when he steps on top of him. And
So anyways, you can like pick up this rock and change the environment around the Goomba and change the way he triggers sounds. Let's move it closer. Yeah, anyways, that one was kind of fun. I think that one works a little bit better as to like opening programming for people, so hopefully that will eventually come out for iPhone. I've run out of time. Can I show
like 2 or 3 minutes left?
2 or 3 minutes? Okay, cool. So I'll just skip to the last thing. This isn't really programming, but this is kind of about, so one time I had this experience. I'd been on my computer for probably like 20 hours straight at that point, and I attempted to break the barrier of the screen with the mouse pointer and scratch my eye because it was itchy, and which seemed like reasonable, right? Like that's my way of communicating with the world as a computer. So anyways, I made this video about that.
All right, anyways, I think you guys get the point. Yeah, so my website is jonbro.tk. I'll type it in right here.
So if you go to, if you go to
jonbro.tk, like all my software's up there and everything. Yep, thanks very much for